and gentlemen, thank you so much for tuning in to the WBM Podcast. This is one of your boys. It's your boy. It's your host, Merc.
Hey, it's your boy X-Fan. Welcome back.
And it's your boy Oskin, the man.
In the mix.
Tell him, Merc.
Guys, we got a fun one for you today.
I'm not a big fan of the government, but we got to go.
We got that boy named Alexander Hamilton.
These guys barely watched the musical, so they want to talk about it.
We're late, guys, but Alexander Hamilton the musical is absolutely phenomenal. I want to nerd out with you guys, and apparently Oscar Kuhn's a really big fan. So, you guys ready for this one?
I'm ready.
Let's go,
bro.
This is the still shot for the Facebook.
And then stay tuned for your Comic Palooza update of the week.
That's right. And guess what? We're not giving up our shots. Turn that shit up, bro. Let go.
Let's go, brother. Just put it down, brother. Just put it down.
Slaps book.
That's what she said. This is all his letters, apparently, about like listed. If I did bit, if I did bit.
Name by name.
I heard he had a death note of all the bit he fucked, bro, back in the day. You know,
Can you imagine?
He used to write letters and eat a chip.
And it wasn't really writing letters.
Classic.
But most of the letters was like what, like F the crown, you know, freedom first, or what is a play breakdown?
The play Alexander Hamilton is a play that came out in 2006 by what's the gentleman's name again?
Oh, Lin-Manuel Miranda. Lin-Manuel Miranda wrote the play. I mean, Lin-Manuel Miranda, he has his haters, but he's the GOAT, man.
He's got haters?
He's the GOAT. He could write.
Bro.
God, he could write.
That mother...
I mean, he's also reading big things. Like, before Hamilton, his play on Broadway was In the Heights.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That was his? I didn't know that. Oh, that's so cool.
The modern version of In the Heights.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that got turned into a movie.
It did. I remember that one.
Got turned into a movie not too long ago.
Yes.
Yeah, one of the cast of Hamilton actually plays the lead in the movie In the Heights. You know what I'm talking about?
Yes, a Hispanic dude, right?
The Hispanic dude.
Yes.
I forgot his name on the top of my head.
I did too. You know,
I know one of you are gonna comment on it and drop it and pin it like it.
Anthony Ramos. Ramos.
He's
plays
the
lead
hood
in
now, right? He's the hood in Ironheart. In Ironheart, he played.
Yeah.
Oh,
It's like Broadway. Marvel picked up a Broadway star. I mean, that's.
I think he started in Broadway, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, I mean,
I think In the Heights was probably one of his.
There are a lot of actors that do Broadway, that do stage, man. That end up becoming real big time actors as well.
Yeah, I think a lot of actors start in theater. I think that's a good start to like transfer to like film and stuff.
What's his name? One of the Denzel Washington talks about that. He's like, movies are for directors. He's like, the stage is for actors. And I was like, damn, that's bars.
So why Hamilton?
Damn.
I'm just saying, it's good. He's like, their medium is through the camera. He's like, our medium is on stage.
But why Hamilton?
It's really cool. So when Miranda talks about it, he, if you could pass me the book. So on a flight, he was on a flight and he happened to pick up this biography of Hamilton.
Is that really how?
He was on a flight and he started reading it on the flight, and he just. You could hear the pages.
ASMR fans.
So he started reading it on the flight. He started reading the specific biography by Ron Chernow. And
Shout out to Ron Chernow. Big fan of the show.
He liked the story so much that he got home and he started writing, and he just started writing the musical. And he liked the idea that Hamilton kind of comes to America as an immigrant.
Yes.
And he liked it.
Because he wasn't even born here.
Correct.
He was born in the Caribbean.
Te tirar más fotos que cuando te tu. Okay.
So he liked the themes of that idea of like an immigrant, somebody coming from the bottom. He wasn't rich. He didn't come from a rich family at all.
Yeah.
He didn't come from money.
Yeah.
So he liked those themes, and he wrote his own version of Hamilton's story.
Oh, nice. So he related, like started from the bottom over here type mentality.
Yeah, he liked the whole thing about like rode my way out. Lin-Manuel Miranda says he wrote his way out of the Bronx or Brooklyn
In New York.
He wrote his way out of New York.
He
basically.
really rocked his way out of New York.
Yeah, no. That's what he says. I always say sometimes he like Hamilton. He wrote his way out.
Yes.
You know?
And that's one of the things I told you about earlier. I was like, where he's like, I wrote my way into it. I guess maybe I can see if I can write my way out.
Yeah.
Whenever he's
because
like,
the story of the play is controversy because it's what's good. What would you call it again? America's what?
First
Racism?
No.
No,
First,
America's what?
Sex scandal.
Oh yeah, I mean that's a whole nother thing. That's like way later in the story. So way later in the story.
Because I feel like the play, like whenever you guys were playing to explain the play earlier, I feel like that incorporated a lot of the story. Like a lot of the, like I feel like Bill Clinton was a big fan of this guy for some reason. You know?
Yeah, I think he tried to follow the Hamilton way.
We were jumping way into the story, but way later in the story.
I heard that was his nickname as the Arkansas governor.
Way later in the story, he did have not a lot of people know this, but Hamilton had the first like political sex scandal in the United States. The first like the kind of sex scandal that made the news. You know what I mean? Because I'm sure all the founding fathers like pound some pussy.
Absolutely.
But his was the first like scandal about sex that made the news and kind of affected him politically. And the kind of stuff that you would think would happen today.
I can see him writing that shit, bro. Demórame otra vez.
I think it would be insane.
Sure that
it's the Latin in him, bro.
Those are the parts of the story that are kind of like attention grabbing.
Yeah. Well, I think it's really interesting again because he outed himself. He put his own story out there. He's like, instead of somebody else telling it, you know, if anybody can write what happened,
because he's known for like writing for Washington, right? Like he used to write his letters and stuff, but he was always out there in the front lines, fighting the
not
the
always.
English.
He wanted to.
Yeah, rewinding all the way back to the beginning of the story.
Yeah.
Rewinding all the way back to Alexander Hamilton is known as one of the founding fathers as well. One of the lesser founding fathers, I guess you could say, but he was in the front, like in the.
He was in the room.
He was in the mud during the American Revolution.
Yes,
he was. He came up in the ranks because he stole tanks from the British.
Cannons.
In New York.
Yeah.
Not tanks. Yeah,
I was like, did they have it like that?
Yeah, he stole cannons from the British.
I was trying to picture 1700 tanks made out of wood and shit.
Damn, my bad. Yeah, sorry, that's the word that I was looking for. He came up through the ranks because he stole cannons from the British.
Nice.
So that's what he was known for.
Yeah.
And that's how he made his name in the war. And then he eventually, I mean, obviously he was educated. He eventually came to write letters for Washington as his aide at the camp.
Yes. And he also we meet David, not David Burr. We meet Alan, what's his name? Burr?
The villain of our story,
yes.
Aaron Burr.
Is he really a villain or just a misunderstood character?
Depends on how you spin it.
I mean, from Hamilton's perspective, I guess he's the villain. He killed him.
And he says that too in the end. Like he's like, you guys look at me like I'm the villain now. You know, I'm the bad guy in your story. But it is interesting because there was always kind of like a rivalry between the two of them. It looks like that. At least it's what they painted in the story.
Yeah, that's the way they painted it in the musical.
Yeah, so I like that aspect of it. It seemed cool because they like kept bumping into each other, and like I said, it was like small disagreements that just led to them not being on the same page at the very end.
But what are the topics if we all agree that, fuck the king, we're going to be America first? But what are the arguments? Is like the nitpicking part, like the design of it? Like
slavery was one of them for sure.
The banking
taxing,
system?
reinforcing taxes again because we just revolted because these motherfuckers were taxing tea. Like now we're trying to retax again so we can function as a government.
The new songs, it's very important. Imagine started developing a country from scratch. Like, where we go from here?
And that's the question. Yeah. What's next?
Yeah.
Okay.
How we make money?
Yeah. And that's what some people are like, well, fuck it. Don't fuck with us. We're fine down here. And it's just like, bro, the only reason you're finding the reason you ain't got no debt is because you got.
Yeah.
Free labor.
Which is of the 13 colonies, the ones in the South, the ones that were doing that. It was the one. Okay.
Yeah.
Dang, that is difficult back in the day.
So again, you have to argue both sides of that aspect.
And in the play, they reflect that, like his thoughts, his ideas on that. Or
well, if you would let him finish, I'm sure he would tell you.
Yeah, man. He really gets a chance to give his 2 cents on it. It's an amazing story because they talk about the Constitution and how they're trying to the Federalist Papers, right? This is where we get that introduction of it because he comes to.
The Federalist Papers is specifically written.
Wait, he never told me.
Defend well, he switched.
Yeah, well, fine. I already
switched topics.
Yeah,
he switched topics to the Federalist Papers, which relate to defending the Constitution.
Yeah, that was a really cool moment or whatever that happened in the actual story because it goes to show how passionate he was for America at this time, how on fire he was for it, and what the original task was. 25 essays split evenly amongst 3 men, and one gentleman, James, I think, goes out after he gets sick after 5 essays. Another gentleman ends up writing 29, and then Hamilton writes 51. Within a span
you
of 6 months.
Delivered the line, bro.
I'm sorry.
You got to deliver the line like in the play.
The first gentleman got sick and stopped writing after 5. The other gentleman wrote 29. Hamilton wrote the other 51.
Let's go.
That's what made. Why do you write like you're running out of time? Like,
Well,
man.
They had no phones back then. What he's gonna do, you know?
I mean, you can now write. You don't have to participate in it. And the fact that he wanted to do that because he's like, look, I know it's flawed. I know it has issues. It needs what's the word? Amendments.
Amendments,
but it's a good foundation. This is what
I think the Federalist Papers. No, because I think the Bill of Rights was a separate thing.
Yeah, separate thing.
But it was an amendment to the Constitution.
It was, but he was just talking about just trying to get people again to get behind it instead of just giving up on it.
Yeah, because he's like, we need a constitution to we need to get this government going forward.
This is the whole reason we won the war. We fought for this. Like this, what are you waiting for? And he's like, I'm gonna wait to see what happens. I'm gonna see where the cards lay, and then I'm gonna make my move.
This is Bird.
I mean, so
Bird, B-U-R-R.
It kind of goes into all those themes about early America and like what happened.
Yeah, man, it's cool. And then in addition, pussy involved, which is crazy because I was like, how is this one of the concepts that's moving?
Multiple subplots about his love affairs.
And the highlight of it for me was he falls in love with the older sister, marries the younger sister, and then fucks some bitch on the side.
He falls in love with the one he marries, right? That's the one he falls in love with.
However,
but you will never be satisfied.
You will never be satisfied. Yeah, man. I thought it was insane the fact that he's like, okay, cool. So the older sister wants me too, and I'm married to the younger already.
Yeah.
So, but in love, and the letters is what proves that, right? That's what corresponds to that story.
The letters, kind of give like hints at the fact that there was something.
Again, there's no phones. They're gonna do write letters.
There's nobody alive. You know what I'm saying? You can't ask somebody like, "Hey, how was Hamilton like?"
You don't send that sneaky link text. You know, you send that sneaky link
letter. Absolutely.
Yeah, but that cost them.
Yeah, exactly. Your dearest sister, your favorite big sister, fucking Angelica or whatever as an example. That's what she would write to Hamilton.
He's Latin for real, bro.
You look for those hints.
So what island? Jamaica, Cuba. Did it ever say what part of the Caribbean he's from?
No, he's just from the Caribbean. In the play for me, it didn't break it down.
In the play, they don't say specifically.
If you know what island in the Caribbean,
drop the comment on the thing.
Let us know.
I mean, I can't remember on the top of my head. It's somewhere here in the fucking book.
I love that he's gonna like literally flip to the page and find it right here. Look, it says it, bro, right here.
I can't.
Africa.
I know he came up like writing like exporting sugar. It was a island that exported sugar, and he got on a sugar boat, and that's how he got to New York.
Yeah.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
But he was an orphan as well. His mother died whenever he was young. The father left.
Died. They talk about everybody in his family dying.
Everybody. He's the only one really left alive, kind of thing. And Burr was unfortunately kind of experienced the same thing, but it's so drastic, the two of them, because one of them, again, is about the action, which is Hamilton, and Burr's about, I'm going to hurry up and wait. And you see where one goes. Hamilton ends up climbing to the top, and Burr stays. He's trying to be on Hamilton's heels, even so much so that he goes into the opposing party and steals his father-in-law's seat just so he can get a title again and get back like in everybody's in the mix, just in the conversation again. And that causes a problem between him and Hamilton later on.
Yeah, later on in the story, he takes the center seat for New York.
Hamilton's father-in-law
from Schuyler.
Yeah, has a seat on the Senate, and his time comes up for election. He realizes that he's stepping down, and he switches from his original political party because him and Hamilton are on the same side. Yeah. He switches to what, the Democratic Republic?
Yeah,
whatever it is back then.
Don't get me to start lying.
Yeah, don't get me to start lying. He switches to the opposing party, and he ends up running against him, knocking out his father-in-law, and therefore taking his place. Yeah. And then again, like I said, that causes problems because he's like, bro, what the fuck? We were just friends. He's like, I thought we were cool. Yeah. He's like, why can't we still be cool? He's like, because of the shit you just did. Yeah. Yeah. And he's like, man, you tripping, bro. It's not even that big of a deal. Damn. Yeah. So that caused problems for them later on. But yeah, I mean, it starts off slow. Again, they have simple disagreements about things, and then he ends up needing his help he asked him for help to do the Constitution thing, but in the end, Burr's like, nah, I'm good. You don't hear about his ass. That's why his ass isn't involved in the Federalist Papers. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Gotcha.
So, but he went to.
So that's how he got to know Jefferson in there, because you hang out with those motherfuckers, even though they didn't like agree, but because he was so involved, he's like, I kind of know where he stands.
Yeah.
Yes.
The thing is, Washington was the first president that we know
that we know of.
we're not gonna dive into those conspiracy theories
Oh,
today.
Interesting.
Damn, that would. Who's President Zero?
Yeah,
But
that makes
during
sense.
Washington's presidency, Hamilton was part of his cabinet. So was Jefferson. So they worked together under Washington in the same cabinet.
Treasury and State.
Treasury and State.
Yeah, that's right. Hamilton was Treasury. Jefferson was State.
Gotcha.
Yeah. So that's how they work together, basically.
Yeah, but because they had so much, Jefferson had so much of a distaste for Hamilton because he felt like he was abusing his power with the banking system and shit like that. That
Because
Wall
the
Street loved
Treasury,
him.
I mean, he had that distrust.
Yeah, he was like, I think you're dirty, bro. I don't like your shit. So he's like, but how can I sit here and say I don't like it, but I'm in the same room with this guy, I'm making the same decisions, and we're all trying to benefit. This guy's winning. I got to get out of here. He's like, you can't stop a fire from inside the house, so he leaves. That's why he resigns, and so he can
Jefferson?
so he can run for president.
Jefferson eventually resigned, so he could jump. I mean, he can't be in the cabinet if he's running for president.
But I mean, again, that causes that rift right there too. I mean, it's a bunch of events.
Well, Jefferson and Hamilton were in different parties,
right?
Yeah,
because he was representing the South and
Hamilton the North.
Yeah. But,
Gotcha.
And yeah, because again, that's when Hamilton was like, slavery's not cool, bro.
Well, that makes sense because you see it in the sugarcane plantations because the Caribbean had a bad history of that, and he saw that shit growing up. But what like the plantations owner did in the sugarcanes area, especially the Caribbean, that shit scars you. You're like, they used to do what? Out of fear.
As a kid,
absolutely. He probably saw a lot of the slave trade.
Yeah,
that's terrible. Yeah, and he's like, these are just people. Like, what the hell?
But for them. Jefferson was rich, like the whole point of like people like the revolution because these people had wealth money. Like people argue like when did the revolution start again? It's like the truth is you need money to do this, Yeah. Washington was rich. Yeah. He had money. Benjamin was rich. He used to go to France, have orgies, then come back and be like, nah, we're good with the French.
He talks about that too.
Yeah.
He talks about, I met a bunch of French bitches.
That's right. Why do you think they were cool? Like, man, these Americans are legit because of Benjamin Franklin. He knew the language.
Yeah, he even helped them. Draft the doctrine? Their independence. Remember, he helped them draft that or whatever. Yeah, before it's a lot with Lafayette before he bounced. Yeah, he's like, I gotta go.
Yeah,
that's wild. But I mean, like I said, the story goes everywhere. Things that I never expected it to be.
Franklin was President Zero.
Oh, okay. All right, we're not gonna go there.
There were 13 presidents. I'm not gonna get into it.
Damn. Whoa, shit! Like the 13 bloodlines. Oh, none there. Yeah, man, but I really enjoyed the play itself. The stage work where it had like a moving circular center was very fucking interesting. It's like a pop operetta. If you guys want to get an idea of what the music is like, it's a bunch of catchy tunes, but a bunch of high notes that end up progressing the story. And it's done phenomenally well. Unfortunately, bro, it's your hentais. Turn it off.
The lowly notifications.
But no, man, it was done phenomenally well.
I mean, the songs are hit.
They hit.
I mean,
bro.
I got into Hamilton back in the day, like pre-pandemic,
right?
And then during the pandemic, they dropped the play movie on Disney Plus, so it kind of had a little resurgence during the pandemic. So it got hot again, and, it got popular again. And then over the years, it just become this whole thing. I mean, it's really popular.
Yeah, I remember like the last administration, like VP went there, and they were using it as a tool for like, hey, don't forget your roots, how the country started.
Interesting.
Yeah,
and Obama had the cast come to the White House
and play.
Yeah, and play some of the songs.
One more time.
Yeah, he did that. That. And
that's cool.
Because it was his second term.
Oh. Shit, really? Oh no, that's layers. When y'all watch the play, y'all understand that, and then come back and listen to this moment.
Yeah, there's a song in the play, One Last Time.
Yeah,
it's George Washington, and he's like, "Hey, I'm stepping down as president."
Yes, and Hamilton freaks. He's like, "Bro, what are you doing?"
Yeah. And the ending of the song is the address that he gave. It's lines from the address.
Yes.
Yeah.
Like they're reading it bar for bar. It's not like he made up lyrics. He's just reading the address. And it's really cool because it's an overlay because as Hamilton's writing it and saying it, Washington steps up from behind him or next to him and he's actually reading it. So it's that transition, that symbolism. It's very, very cool. It's like he was his voice.
It's like one of his final, the final
addresses to the nation,
president.
Yeah.
Where he's like hoping for better things, reasons he's stepping down.
But there was like 5 people out there. Like, what did it look like? Was it where did he do the speech outside or inside somewhere?
They don't go over the details.
Oh,
of
okay.
I mean, the play is very conceptual in that sense. We're going through the scenes, but it's not a movie.
It's one location. They don't even change like the set itself.
Okay.
Remember, it's a stage play. Stage play.
They bring a few props on, and like some pieces move, but for the most part, it's the exact same stuff.
One of the songs is kind of going through. One of the songs is like happening during a battle of the revolution.
Yeah,
but of course, there's no cannons involved.
No. There's a wedding scene. You know, to the broom, to the groom, to the groom, to the bride, to the bride, to the bride. Bro, it's so bars, bro. It's so good.
It's all this cool stuff that is happening on stage.
Yeah,
they make it work.
Yeah, visually, like I said, it was done very, very well. The creativity behind it, man. I mean,
but eventually, what was his destiny? What happens to Hamilton then towards his life?
So after he outs himself.
After he outs himself, okay, so the affair that the political scandal that this guys keep referring to is the Reynolds affair, which was Elizabeth, the wife was away. He stayed in New York because he had to work.
And the older sister, she came into town, as a matter of fact. She lived in London, came back to the States to be like, yo, let's come and kick it as a family. Upstate, you know, come and kick it with us. We all relax, just chill. He's like, I got to get this shit through Congress, baby. You don't get it. I got works to do. And she's like, are you sure? He's like, I'll see y'all when y'all get back. And in that time, within like a week, he hasn't gone to sleep. He's panicking. He's stressed. He's like, bro, he's like, I miss my wife. I'm craving Angelica. And then out of nowhere, here comes this one goofy bitch, Miss Reynolds. You know what I'm saying?
He had an affair with this woman.
Mm-hmm.
You know, he took her to bed. To his own bed.
No. She took the first time she takes him to her own house. She comes up with the story saying like, "Yo, my husband's doing me dirty. He's beating my ass. He just left me. I don't know where to go." So he feels bad. He's like, "I give her some money that I got. I'll walk her back to her place." You know, and he's like, "All right, I'm gonna go home." And she's like, "Please don't go, sir." Out of nowhere, she lays down, opens up the legs, cracks open the pussy. She's like, "Come on in," and he's like. I don't know how to say no to this. Say no to this. Oh, man, it's so great. It's his temptation. He's dealing with it. He's like, oh, God, help me say no to this. So, like, for me, I'm like, oh, shit, it's wild. But then, of course, he ends up falling to temptation. And he ends up getting blackmailed a month later by this chick's
husband.
The chick's husband, man. He finds out that he's been tagging his wife. And he's like, you chose the wrong guy to cuckold.
Was it really her husband? Or was it just...
That was a good line.
Or was it just some pimp?
No, it was his wife.
Good ride. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
and apparently the wife plays it off like she didn't know that he knew.
Do you think she really knew?
I mean,
he's a powerful man.
Hamilton is a powerful man. They knew who he was.
She had to say.
She had to know who he was.
Yeah.
Right?
Like, you see him hang out in Washington.
Or maybe she didn't know, and then the husband was like, "Oh, I know who that guy is."
I mean. I don't know, bro. To get caught up slipping like that back in the day, man, he was lurking. Yeah. Like, he is lurking. He was hunting her ass down. It's like, who is tagging this hoe, bro?
Yeah, it sounds like design. It sounds like it was like, we got him.
Yeah, she shows up to the giant mansion. This is how he went to a hotel. I'm sure she went to the crib. You know what I'm saying? Damn, went to his house. Who lives there, man? Oh, man, that's my boy Hamilton. Oh, shit. Okay, cool.
We got him.
Got his ass. Ladies and gentlemen, we got him. Yeah.
And then sometime later, when Jefferson is basically like, we gotta take this. It's funny because they call him the immigrant in the play.
Yeah.
So we gotta take this immigrant down. Nobody, he's not one of us. He doesn't speak for us. Yeah. So they're like, okay, let's look into him, right? Let's look into him.
Follow the money, they said.
Follow the money, right? Yeah. And eventually they find these payments that he's doing to one Mr. Reynolds, right? And they're like, where is all this money coming from or going? What are the payments for, right?
Right.
And he confronts them in the play. In the play, he confronts them and he's like, well, let me tell you a story.
If y'all really want to hear,
my life got turned upside down. I got one little crack.
No, this guy is like, so I was chilling on the corner selling rap CDs, and when I met this little bitch named Jan.
Wow, dude.
But no, man, deadass. He ends up being confronted by them, and they're like, hey, we know you're dirty. Confess. And he's like, y'all don't know what you're asking him to confess to.
Yeah, it's like, that's what y'all got on me.
Y'all ain't got shit. I'm telling you.
Straight up. That's how he reacts at first. It's like, y'all ain't got
nothing. And then he's like, look, okay, so if I can prove that I didn't do anything legally wrong, y'all leave me alone? And nobody finds out shit. And they're like, sure. So he ends up keeping the letter that homeboy ended up blackmailing him on. He shows it, admits to everything. He's got a checkbook to balance out his money. He's like, the money that you guys have been seeing that's going in and out, it's my money.
And it's going to...
It's going to this homeboy for blackmail because he's got
Gotcha. So he was like not really stealing money in the country. He was depositing money, make it look all clean. And when they found out, wait, what the fuck is this coming from? They're like, they tracked it
where
down.
the fuck is it going?
When they tracked it.
They found it because it went from different accounts as well, too. So like, he wasn't dumb. Even when it came to it, he's like, I'm not going to have this come out from my checking account.
Gotcha.
I mean, yeah. I mean, you could find about it more in the book.
That's right, ladies and gentlemen.
But in the play, eventually, the next song after that, he's like, he wrote the Reynolds pamphlet. So it was a whole thing that he wrote where he came clean about everything.
Yeah, he ends up outing himself, like we said.
He outed himself, before, I don't know, maybe he didn't trust whoever his accusers.
He confronts Byrne. He's like, yo, how do I know you're not going to use this against me later? And he's like, shit, it is what it is, dog. Like, I know.
No,
like,
he tells him in a good way. Because, like, we both know what we know. Because he also knows some things about Byrne.
Right.
So it's like, hey, if you put this out, I'm sure there's things you could put out about me.
Right. So he doesn't, but he doesn't trust it. He's like, bro.
We're guessing he didn't trust it because he ended up outing himself out.
Like, in my mind, it was, if I'm going to have anybody write my story, it's going to be me. And I'm going to say everything the way I wanted to say it.
Yeah.
But he's 100% honest. This homeboy's been blackmailing me. Here's the letter to prove it. I dicked her down in my own bed, my own marital bed.
Yeah.
Man. And everybody's like, oh, this is wild. Now he'll never be president.
Yeah.
His reputation is ruined, dog. It doesn't matter. He cleared his name.
Because back then, that kind of political sex scandal ended his political career.
That was
Nowadays,
crazy.
apparently helped Trump, so who knows?
Grab her. Anyway,
by the Hamilton.
But yeah, no, man. So
that kind of, because he was gonna run for. Some people say he was gonna run for president on the next one. He would have run against Jefferson, so that would have been interesting.
Would have been interesting.
So who knows how history would have changed?
Would have changed.
Unfortunately,
well, definitely for sure the South would have been different.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You would think so? I mean, he could have still lost if he ran.
But at the end of the day, like you said earlier before this, like Jefferson was so powerful that it's still most likely Jefferson would have still won.
It might not have mattered. Yeah. Would have been a good story though.
And a good story.
Would have been a good story. Where were we on that one?
Where
were we going with this?
So we just finished with the Reynolds. What happened? How he outed himself.
To the Reynolds, right?
So you want to know how that played out?
Well,
that played out like that. He wrecked his reputation. And of course, he went in the whole thing with Elizabeth. In the play, Elizabeth, his wife,
this is an interesting part.
You're putting out something that nobody even accused you of. I was like, that's interesting.
Nobody knew. Nobody knew, bro. He just did it like one morning.
Why are you putting out something that nobody even accused you of?
Yeah.
And
But
again, well, it was the truth.
It's the truth. Yeah. And how you gonna get mad
or something?
Huh?
Probably was eating him up or something.
No, I think again.
I see what Elizabeth makes sense now. He's like, the fuck?
Elizabeth, his wife, is like, the fuck?
Yeah,
that makes sense.
We just had breakfast.
They were accusing you of financial crimes, and you're out here like, I was in the.
Yeah.
Say it.
So it was that was some funny lines from the play from the song.
I thought it was great, man. It was a really interesting show. Oh, but the Burn song. We haven't talked about that part.
Yeah.
Okay, so Burn is
Elizabeth
song where she is so pissed off at Hamilton at this point that she ends up burning all of her letters, that anything that she's ever sent her. But those are like soliloquies. She's like, you built me castles out of paragraphs. You know what I'm saying? And with his words, they had their stories going back and forth with each other. She's like, I'm getting myself out of the narrative.
Eliza, not Elizabeth.
I was about to say,
Yeah,
it wasn't Elizabeth. Yeah.
I don't know why I keep saying Elizabeth. Eliza.
It's just missing the Beth at the end.
Yeah.
Eliza is, like I said, she's burning all these letters. And unbeknownst to her, she's actually getting rid of her side of the story in history. You would never think like, oh, my marriage is going to be examined one day in 200 years by a bunch of people. But because of that, she deleted her side of the story. We don't know if she forgave him, if she loved him, if she hated him, if there was ever what he admitted to, what didn't he, how he felt. We have no perspective. Only part that we have on that is speculation.
She just burned out of spite. She was so angry, bro. She just reacted. Yeah.
Now realizing that she has just removed herself from history.
Yeah.
So very interesting.
Like I said, that was a cool part that they implemented into play. So that was cool.
So that was his downfall financially, or just downfall emotionally.
Period. His downfall was pussy.
Well, I mean, after that, he was still a big part of American politics.
Yeah.
But what happened after that was that his son ended up trying to defend his dad's honor, and he ended up dying in a pistol duel.
Yeah. At 19. Same age that Hamilton was whenever he started trying to come up and at it.
Yes, he was in college.
Yeah, he even references it. He's just like my dad. I'm intelligent. I'm hungry, but I want to be bolder. So he tries to confront some guy who was talking shit about his dad, and that's when he's like, "I ain't one of your school friends, brother. I'm about that action."
Yeah.
And they ended up having that duel. And like I said, Hamilton tries to persuade his son to shoot up in the air to make it more honorable. However, even though he does it, he still gets shot and killed. It's
I think that's what kind of like got him out of the spotlight. It was a combination of the Reynolds pamphlet, which kind of like, of course, messed his reputation up.
Yeah.
And then his son died, so he willingly he kind of receded out of the spotlight.
Yeah, he turned into a hermit kind of thing. Yeah.
Oh.
So that's why he wasn't in the spotlight as much.
Yeah, so that they even say that, like, you'll see him talking to himself, walking to himself, like he's just in his own world. He's dealing with the most
romanticizes it a little bit.
Yeah, he's dealing with an unimaginable pain. I can't imagine what it must be like for him. It's
fuck.
His son died in his arms, but him and his wife. Yeah. It was that was a very emotional scene.
Yeah, that scene was.
Bro, that shit hit. It's so sad.
The whole play hits, though. The whole play hits. Towards the end, I was like,
crazy.
I don't know, man. I don't know if I'm going to make it.
I know. And then at the very end, now we're at the end of our play, and it's the run for president for Jefferson versus Burr.
Yeah, so we're coming up on the build-up towards the finale, and Burr ends up running for president against Jefferson.
Correct.
And they said that, so everybody wanted to know Hamilton's opinion on the matter.
Because everybody thought Burr was going to win. At this point, the public's opinion was Burr. They're like, this guy is chill. It seems like you can have a beer with him. Seems like my boy.
Yeah, because the way Burr campaigned at the time was a brand new thing. They say that he was the first one to campaign in, I forgot what the term is called, but basically going door to door.
Yeah, he was saying that.
Being out there and like meeting people. So he was the first to campaign in that manner.
That's cool.
I love it when the politicians wear just the tie and the white shirt and they roll their sleeves all the way here.
Yeah, yeah.
And they just go, I'm here working for the blue collar.
He did that. He did that in the 1800s.
That's cool. I can see that.
And so everybody wanted to know Hamilton's point of view, but Hamilton ended up endorsing Jefferson,
even though they had beef throughout the entire play. From when he shows up, from Hamilton and them and Jefferson entering the room, they have beef. They're on opposite sides. Even in the very end, he's like, I can't go with this guy. Even though him and Burr have been friends throughout the time, throughout years or whatever, he's like, I'd rather vote for my enemy than vote for you. And it blows his mind. He's like, what the fuck you mean?
Yeah.
You're going to vote for this fucking guy, bro? And he doesn't care. He's like, again, even though I disagree with him, we've gone for words, I know what his values are. I know what he stands on.
Because he worked with them. He saw him every day.
Yeah, and he's like, he's like, well, if you don't stand for anything, what will you fall for?
Dang.
Bars.
Hamilton.
I like that one song at the end.
If I was bro, I'd be like, bro, fuck is you know? Can't even keep this shit to yourself. Look at you.
Yeah, he's like,
don't you mumble in the streets? That's how it is.
And then the final song before the duel, the final duel is Your Obedient Servant, where Aaron Burr kind of goes like, Hey Hamilton, like it's time for you to like answer for all your things. I look back at my life, and every time I failed, it was you that was, you were the common denominator.
Damn.
Yeah. And then Hamilton replies, which I think it was a real reply in a letter. He's like, "You're gonna have to be more specific than that. Here's 171 instances where I disagree with you."
All right, fuck you up, dog. Yeah, let me know what you think. That's kind of vague. More specific, bro. Dead ass. And again, it's done in like. What's it? It's like satire, dark comedy, where they're talking about something very serious, and it's like a real like dark ass tone, but they do it in such like high pitch.
Yeah,
you would never think.
Servant.
Yeah, your obedient servant. H.ham. A.Burr. Bro, it's fucking hilarious.
Yeah, it's awesome,
but it's dope, and then that's what leads to the duel. Because they're like, hey man, you've been talking that shit, and that's what you find out in that song. It's like, bro, what the fuck? Yeah, it's that moment.
Run it. Yeah. Enough of this writing.
Well, no, because they were just like, there ain't no way we can solve this. He's just like,
I'm gonna tell you, was a Burr.
Burr
was a Hamilton. You know,
because Hamilton was better at words and writing.
Burr was
he was a decorated veteran too.
Hey, all I need you to do is apologize, and Burr was like, just for what?
Everything I said was true. Yeah, bro. So it's like that. It's good.
That's a cool like way.
Yeah, that back and forth, man, was really, really done well.
Again, who knows how fictionalized the play is?
True.
Pretty cool. And then it's like time for the duel. You know, they got to do it in New Jersey.
They got it because everything's legal in Jersey. Yeah. So at that time, it's funny as hell. But yeah, man, my kids were like, "Oh, so this is where that meme comes from." Apparently, there's a bunch of Hamilton memes I didn't even know about.
Yeah, there's a bunch of Hamilton memes.
Yeah, bro.
Everything is legal in New Jersey.
Yeah. What was it? It was fucking
I mean, there's a bunch of like good one-liners that come from a lot of the songs.
Yeah,
you know?
Hamilton come back to bed. He's like, I can't stay. I got a meeting at dawn. Yeah, that shit right there, bro. Yeah. It was really cool. But yeah, he talks about like how basically they head out in the middle of the night, not in the middle of the night, early in the morning. Yeah. They go over to Jersey.
One of the final songs is the duel, and it kind of calls back to like everything that has happened. And
there's a cool moment when the gunshot happens.
Yeah, the gunshot happens and it slows down time.
And the music stops.
And Hamilton calls back he calls back to lines earlier in the play.
Everything from like the very beginning, the middle, his son's death, his son's birth, the beginning of the Constitution, like all that. He had so many songs that he just starts referencing, but it's like complete silence, and he's just acapellaing that shit, and it sounds like slam poetry, bro.
Yeah,
it's so good. It's cool. It's so good.
And one of the lines throughout the play is like, he says it in the first act. He's like, I imagine that so much it feels like a memory.
Yeah,
I'm like, damn, that's fuego.
Yes, and bro. That's how he like.
Yeah, so basically in the duel they shoot, and then time kind of stops, and the bullet's kind of going
slowly, and that's like his like moment. His mind's like breaking.
You know,
down.
the whole idea of that you see your life before you
He's
die.
freaking the fuck out. Yeah,
because he shot here. Because
he shot up in the air.
Well, in the play, it's kind of like
speculated.
I mean, there were only a couple of people there, so they say that he was an honorable man and he just shot up in the air,
right, like his son.
But there's a couple of facts that some people say, like Ironburr even says it in the play. He wore his reading glasses.
Yeah, because he was a marksman. Like I said, he was a decorated veteran, so he was already a good shot as it was. And Burr sucked. Yeah, he even admits he's like, I was a bad shot.
That was all facts. That was all actual facts, like actual facts that happened. So
yeah.
It was like,
so why would he wear his glasses unless he wasn't trying to fucking make a shot?
Yeah.
So that's what they say.
He shoots up in the air, and then Aaron's shot lands. And he dies.
But Burr does explain, before it even goes down, he's just like, well, I saw this, and I saw this, and this motherfucker did this.
Yeah, he's trying to explain himself.
He was ready. He was ready, bro. That's when he talks about he shoots his ass, and unfortunately he ends up making it back home and dies in the arms of his wife and older sister-in-law.
Yeah, I think that really does happen as well. Yeah, because the play is a fictionalized version of history,
right?
But it does get a lot of things. It does reference a lot of things that actually did happen.
Based on historical events, not historically accurate, 100%.
Yeah. To be fair. Yeah.
It's
a musical. You guys got to.
So that's the story of the great Alexander Hamilton.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of things. I mean, this it had like all kind of influence. Like I know we mentioned it in 2015. The Treasury Department announced they were going to redesign the $10 bill and take Hamilton off of it. They say that. Maybe because of the Hamilton play and the he kind of had a surge in popularity after the play.
Yeah,
that didn't happen. So man, crazy.
Yeah,
the play itself saved him.
So my $10 bill is a Caribbean man.
Yes,
and my $10 bill.
Yes, God bless America, an American, where at least I know I'm free.
Yeah. So I mean, just a bunch of stuff, and I know Hamilton is on Disney Plus. You could watch the play.
I did.
And I think Lin-Manuel Miranda did sell the rights for a possible movie down the road to Disney. So Disney owns the rights to Hamilton. If I'm not mistaken, I think Lin-Manuel Miranda sold the rights. Lin-Manuel Miranda works with Disney. I mean, he wrote Encanto, of course. He wrote all the songs in Encanto.
Yeah.
Damn, really?
Nice.
I didn't know that. That's real? Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah, he's a writer. He writes songs.
I didn't know he did all the songs to Epic, though. I'm sorry, not Epic. Encanto. Sorry.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
That's cool.
So we don't talk about Bruno, bro.
Yeah. You don't talk about Bruno. No.
I mean, I'm sure he had collaborators, but no. I mean, the Encanto soundtrack is credited to him.
Very freaking cool. Well, hey guys, that was the story of Alexander Hamilton. That was our musical.
And we give that musical a 10.
Absolute 10.
I give that musical a 10.
It was a good.
It's definitely something you gotta watch. And I wish I have never seen it live. I wish I would have seen it live. I just happened to hear it, and I heard the whole thing because I like the songs. But even Lin-Manuel Miranda said it. It's like, before we ever do a movie adaptation, I'm gonna let the play stay on stage for a few more years, so like as many people as possible can experience the play.
I'm gonna let it marinate.
Nice.
Yeah.
So that's something that he did that on purpose, especially after the pandemic, because during the pandemic it was supposed to, Hamilton was still on stage, but then that happened, so he's like, nah, man, I'm gonna let it go on stage, so as many people can experience Hamilton live as they can.
I hope Suki gets to see it too.
Yeah, bro. You know what? Hey, Suki, you know, you actually...
And before we take off this
that's right.
This week.
That's
before
right.
we take off this week, we do want to remind you that we're going to be at Comic Palooza 2026.
That's where at?
No, Suki, you can't come out here. Chill. The George R. Brown Convention Center, ladies and gentlemen.
What days?
May 22nd to the 24th.
That's right, guys.
We're going to have our own panel out there. We're really excited.
We'll see big celebrities like Lauren Fishburne, the Daredevil cast, the voice of Rick and
Charlie
Morty.
Cox, the girl that plays Jessica Jones.
Absolutely.
I can't remember her name. We're so bad at names.
Yes.
Out there in the CP Pod family.
Well, we're going to have our own podcast episode from the show floor at the podcast panel area.
That's right, guys.
So look forward to that.
And so much more.
Yes.
But yes, Suki, now you can come up. Hey guys, this has been the WBM Podcast. We hope you guys enjoyed this episode. Thank you guys for staying with us if you're all the way at the end. This is your host. It's your boy Merc. Please make sure you guys are following us on our social medias at WBM_podcast on YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, and Twitter.
And your boy X-Fed. You should be following us already in Apple Music, Amazon Podcast, Spotify. A big shout out to all 109 countries that listen to us. And our boy Frankfurt, we see you.
And this is your boy Oski in the mix. As always, check out the website, WBMpodcast.com. You'll find our full library episodes, over 160 of them, plus and counting. And support the show. There's a link to support the show. I forgot about supporting the show.
Buy us a cup of coffee or some shit.
Buy us a cup of coffee. Click on the link. Support the show.
Anyway, guys, we love you. We appreciate you. We'll see you in the next one.
Peace.